The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACT Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me once again is my co-host, Foxy, and we are here for the second game of Matchday 5 of Division 3. Mercenaries take on Gamer Syndicate here on Cafe Dostoevsky. Foxy, how do you feel about the game we've got in hand?
All right, so first things first. Everybody that you can look at the standings right now, and something that just caught my eye and I just cannot ignore it, as we can see there are 69% of matches played. Nice. With that being said, we'll be getting right into the game. Cafe is going to be the map, and Gamer Syndicate are going to face off Mercenaries in this matchup here. So Blackjack, how do you think this will work out for these teams that we're going to see? A really good teams, both of them. They've been doing good so far in terms of their standings in the Division 3 table, and this is the Play 5.
Well, given the both of the teams we have on hand, I'm expecting a somewhat close game.
Right.
I'm not sure about overtime just yet because we're yet to see how the teams play against each other. That's the main point of the matter here. As two of the attacker bands have been taken care of, Blackbeard and Thermite are the bands we have on Cafe Dostoevsky. Thermite, a little bit of an interesting band, but it might just be that Gamer Syndicate really want to make sure that there are no breaches on Cold Room off the first floor and Piano Wall on the second floor. Those are two very important areas that Thermite is very important in, and with him being out of the equation, the roamers and anchors can rest a little bit easier. The first defender ban from GS was also Mira, which makes sense. Mira is actually quite powerful on Cafe Dostoevsky, provided the team plays her in the right capacity. As the last defender ban is going to be Echo. So, standard bans, the only one that caught me a little off guard was the Thermite one. But outside of that, with the end of the ban phase, we're going to be moving into the...
Asib is going to get disconnected right as we get into the first round of this match here. And looks like Mercenaries have not requested for a rehost, and MI7 confirming that. We're going to continue with the match. And look at that. Lexus is going to employ the Ying already with the new patch.
So,
all right.
Yeah. For everybody at home, we just received the mid-season balancing patch 1.2 for Year 5 Season 1. And with this patch, Jaeger has been nerfed to a 2 armor 2 speed, and Ying has gotten 3 buffs. Her LMG gets 3 more points of damage. She gets an extra Candela, making it 4 up from 3, and she gets her old smoke grenades back. So Ying with an insanely massive buff. Only time will tell how big this buff is going to be for her, as we're going to see the 2-speed 2 armor Jaeger for the first 7. Oh, you can already see it. Sulfuric. I'm pretty sure he's feeling it. Oh, look at him. Poor Jaeger, he's a snail now. But with that being said, let's take a quick look at both of the rosters that we have on hand. For Gamer Syndicate, we have Killsteel, Yellow Flash, Sulfuric, Easy, and Silent Wraith. While for MRCZ, we did have Hasib Once Piece, who unfortunately has disconnected, and hopefully he will join us back shortly, as the rest of the team is Lexus, Noctis, MII7, and DAF. As we're going to be going into round 1 on the 3rd floor bar defensive hold. Now, of course, the patch that we have in hand also brings in a whole host of other changes. For instance, Noctis on the Buck will no longer have grenades to play with. Buck is going to lose his grenades. And I believe there were a couple of other... Oh yes, the TCSG. The TCSG has a damage nerf, but gets another extra magazine to play with. And Goyo loses a shield, so he goes down from 3 to 2.
Wait, that was this update?
Yes, I did read the patch notes before the update came live. Goyo will in fact be losing the shield, so that's interesting. It might affect the meta, it might not. Depends on how the players will perceive on this change as they're going to come back into the game. So let us know in the chat how you're looking at these updates and thinking what Ubisoft did, whether or not you like it or not, as Mercenaries are going to be on the attack, pushing towards Gamer Syndicate's defense on the 3rd floor. Now, with everything in hand, of course, a lot of the gameplay that you're going to see here is going to be... Oh, he's almost got it. Yellow Flash almost had the one tap onto Capita's head right there. Daft, unfortunately for him, that is, will not be having his head taken off anytime soon, as Buck is going to get a real short end of the stick. As okay, here we go. Lexus with the Ying. He's pushing into Piano. Ella's Gershmont is going to stun him for just a little bit, but he's going to hold this angle. Buck's here for support, as the push onto Piano is going to happen any time now. MII7, he's on the rappel angle, holding what looks like a long angle into... Oh, there we go. Daft is actually going to go down in the meanwhile, but Noctis is going to be there to take Yellow Flash out. The refrag has happened, but it is a 3v4, as a player has disconnected from the side of MRCZ before the round began. Flashbangs are being thrown to burn out the ADS, as Lex is going to throw one of his Candelas in. He's going to throw 2 in, and everything's popping off right here, as shots are being fired, but the defenders have fled in the nick of time. They're going to be playing one inside a bathroom, maybe, and one... Oh, the dog actually makes a peek right there. Takes out Ying and takes out Noctis. Easy right there with a quick double kill to finish the round. As Gamer Syndicate are going to take round 1. Look at that. Chaos.
Quite the run coming in from Gamer Syndicate. They made sure that they get that advantage against Mercenaries, which was very important. We saw Hasib disconnect. So... they're like, all right, guys, they already set a man down. Let's go for some spawn peaks, maybe. Pick off one more in the beginning of the round. That'll just put up on all the more advantage, rather. And it looks like MI7's got an AFK pick. That is Amaru. Not exactly sure if he's going to 6 pick. Yeah, he's going to. And he's going to pick... come on, MI7. The Buck with the flashes. Or the Buck with the Claymore. The Sledge with the nades is what he's going to choose. And we'll be seeing ourselves go to the kitchen and bakery defense on towards the bottom floor. So this floor, like we already discussed so many times on how reliable this one has been. This site especially so far in holding this down. You've got so many angles to watch, and the hallway is just being that little place where the defenders can, they can just flex their utilities. They can make sure they have a lot of room to play with, and that is exactly why we'll be seeing Gamer Syndicate go and choose the site, not choosing the mining room and train, or the dining room and the reading room. So we'll be seeing Easy, that is the dock, just placing his barbed wires down, and a little bit of a stack up on this red stairs hallway, as we're seeing 4 defenders just moving in and around this area, and Killsteel is going to be the one. That's a little unusual. Oh, never mind. I was just about to say that usually Wamai or a Jaeger holds this down because of the utility that they offer for this team, and that is exactly what we'll be seeing them do. Yellow Flash is going to be on this hold with the shield. He's got the advantage when it comes down to what kind of gunfights that Mercenaries are intending to win, because we saw a really good peek coming in from the dock in the last round, and he claimed 2 last attackers that Mercenaries was bringing on board. They're going to spot at the Wamai. They know the Wamai play is going to be all the while more difficult for them to employ their gadgets. And look at that, just as I speak about it, first flash goes out. Noctis throwing another one. That is going to possibly flash the Wamai. For some reason I said smash the Wamai, but that is still not, that hasn't happened yet. Only time can tell if it will or not. Meanwhile, Daft is going to pick up 1 kill of his own. The nade is being cooked and it gets thrown as well. No damage done to the Wamai, but the push is coming in from the Ying. And look at that. The Ying show as the lights are alive, but she gets refragged right back, and Daft is here to drop another. And one more from the side of Killsteel. That is going to equalize the match on the side of Gamer Syndicate. Now we stand on a 2 versus 2. Daft doing so much work on this red hallway for him and his teammates. Everybody's on full HP. Anybody could win this gunfight at this moment. We still got the Legion. He's going to be farming his mines. It's going to be a rice field of mines that the memes, I've got to do that, man. If I keep speaking for long, the dad jokes are on the way. You got to understand that at this point. I mean, anyways, jokes apart, we'll be seeing MI7 make his way in. Does spot one of the Legion mines, a pre-fire onto the prep window. Doesn't connect anything. He's just going to make sure his prep and his push from here is well coordinated with his friend. That is going to be the Jackal. Drone comes in. Killsteel has a drone on themselves, in fact, and a really good cam, in fact. And look at that, he doesn't even notice it, and he's going to lose the fight exactly because of that. And Daft is the only one on the side of Mercenaries to clutch it out in a 1 versus 2 now. Does notice the barricade. He's going to go for the pre-fire, making sure there's nobody playing on the side of the window. That is the freezer window. He's going to spot at the Valkyrie cam. It's a good utility being dispatched from him. He's got 40 seconds to work with. 2 smoke grenades in his pocket as well. Let us see if this crossfire from the side of Gamer Syndicate pays out well for them. Possible flank coming in. He's just going to rotate himself back to prep room. But there's going to be another cam watching him here, as we saw Killsteel pick out his own kill with the help of his Valkyrie cam on the sledge. Very important kill for them all in all. Excuse me. Finally trying to find that cam, but he doesn't know that the cam is not actually in bakery but in the prep room. Valkyrie does get spotted. Now he knows where the Valkyrie is playing. Tries to go for this peek in through the smoke. Only 15 seconds left. Oh, the peek, a very bad peek, and Gamer Syndicate are going to take out round 2 as well against Mercenaries. Really well played on this kitchen hole, and the Jackal just not being able to bring out the best in that potential clutch situation. And that was it. That was the play from Gamer Syndicate. Really well played. Amazing refrags, and the Valkyrie with the triple kill is what secured them the second round for this match.
Absolutely. Gamer Syndicate taking full advantage of the fact that MRCZ have not opted for a rehost despite being 1 man down this early. As looks like MI7 is set to try and bamboozle GS by picking the Amaru and 6 picking out every time, and there we go. He's on the sledge once again. I mean, if you've really seen MI7 play in the WD Black Esports Club League, you'll know that he really loves playing Sledge or Buck, depends on the side of course, but he loves playing those 2 operators in particular. And anyone who has seen MRCZ in the recent few months will know that that is exactly what's going to happen. So Gamer Syndicate, if they've done the appropriate amount of homework on MRCZ, then they'll know that Amaru, yeah, that's not sticking. So with that, of course, being said, Hibana is going to be brought out by Noctis this time around. They definitely do want a hard breacher, and they are going to be feeling that, as MRCs are going to be feeling the loss of the Thermite pretty hard.
10 seconds remaining.
As the defense has gone to the side of the second floor reading.
5 seconds to insertion.
Easy is going to be on the upstairs on the dock for the time being. As Sulfuric, oh, it's going to take me a while to get used to this new Jaeger, man. Just seeing him right now makes me anxious, as he's just so much slower than he used to be. But again, jury's still out whether or not this is a nerf or a buff. I mean, he does take more shots to down and kill now, but if anyone's seen the Rogue 9 video, you know it's not a whole lot statistically speaking. But when have statistics ever made sense in Rainbow Six? Not really a whole lot. Hashtag what even is mobility? Now, coming back to the game, Sulfuric's actually holding inside of the white door, out by the white stairs that is, and he's waiting for somebody to push him. Either that or he's waiting for somebody to repel on the south side of the map. So far, it doesn't look like anyone has, as MRCZ is stacked up on the roof, all four of them by the hatch for that matter, as Easy will in fact be droned out for the time being, and MRCZ knows that there's a dock playing up here, which means it's going to be a big one. But Killsteel is going to take an MI7 as a Candela comes out from the Ying. Lexus is pushing onto the white stairs hallway right here, but Doc has rotated inwards towards, that looks like he's in cold room, but I don't think he is. I don't think there's a rotation there just yet, but there's the Valkyrie inside of, on the white stairs, excuse me, and Lexus knows that there's an operator there that he has to be careful of, but the Doc's right here. As a Valcam is going to go out, that's going to give the defenders a lot of information, but Lexus is going to be on his own, and he spots the Doc sitting in the corner, and the Doc goes for the peek, and he should be taken out. There we go, Lexus with the kill. That's the first kill for MRCZ, and this round as Easy is off the board. The Valkyrie in the Jackal scan is going to be forced to push back for the time being, as shots are fired, and what a connect from the Lexus, from the Ying, excuse me, connecting through the floor thanks to the scan of the Jackal. And with that, of course, the man count is equalized. Killsteel is off the board. More intel gathering is going to be happening from the side of MRCZ as Daft is going to be looking to make the vertical lines of sight with his secondary shot. He's busy opening laundry hatch. There we go. Sends Doc's body flying down back into laundry, as he's going to be using the vertical angles he has in hand to try and spot any particular defender. Jackal ping did go out right there. Not really sure on who, but well, whoever it is going to have to be all that much more careful as the Jaeger pushes up brown stairs, but is going to be spotted by the Ying, and the LMG pre-fire is going to force Sulfuric to rotate out onto the red carpet hallway for the time being. Pushing up the red stairs, he's going to be looking for this flank here if he can find anybody inside of mining. As shots are being fired inside of a site as Yellow Flash goes down to Lex as the Ying catches another kill for himself. And as a 2v3, as the plant is going off, Noctis right here is going to be sticking on it, but the Jaeger's coming around the reading door. And there is cover for that as the plant has now gone off. And Sulfuric is now about to peek, but the Hibana knows that there's somebody here. The drone will spot Legion as Silent Ray takes a few shots to himself. The Hibana gets the kill. There we go. The Jaeger's on the board. That was actually a trade. A nice double headshot trade. And the Mercenaries will win round 3 of the last kill from Daft, taking down Silent Wraith. Mercenaries putting a round on the board right here on this attack, winning round 3.
Really well played from the side of Mercenaries. Finally stepping up to their performance. They're making sure that despite the 4 versus 5 that they're having to handle here, they're going to make sure that they get at least one round on board so far. A little bit uncertain on how this game might go. Speaking of which, we'll be seeing the Valkyrie back into play, and Killsteel has been amazing with his Valkyrie. We even saw him bring out the C4 play in that last round. In the beginning, first frag, the entry fragging on the side of the defense is being done by Killsteel here. Really good emphasis on how he's using his utility in terms of how he's accompanied by his friends, his players always. We see Doc always in and around him in case he picks a fight that he shouldn't have and he loses a little bit of HP. He's going to have to make sure he gets that for himself. We'll be seeing Yellow Flash trying to maintain this shield once again. We did see Yellow Flash even almost get a one tap. I mean, I would love to see plays like that, man. And the red dot on the pistol of the Zofia and the Ella is just amazing. And now I think Blitz as well. Is that this patch?
No, actually,
no,
I
right?
think
that was the leaks. Yeah, right. No, but nevertheless, we'll be seeing Warden, apart from Zofia and Ella, the sisters, employ a red dot sight for himself on the pistol, and it's just some of those pistols that your aim and precision goes above so much that you just like to play with them. And with that being said, we'll be seeing Yellow Flash placing down an Ella mine. Alright, he intended to press the other button while we are seeing Sulfuric go once again for the similar spawn peak that we saw him attempt previously, and this time he's gonna be right. MI7 is gonna get punished for that peak coming in from him, as Sulfuric is gonna pick up that kill onto the IQ. Now things are oh so worse for MRCC, as now they already stand on a huge disadvantage. 2 minutes 30 seconds mark is not even hit at this point. Lexus trying to find somebody, I'm not exactly sure who it was, but does see somebody's feet, and that somebody is going to rotate back onto Piano. We're seeing the drone work coming in from the side of Noctis, trying to get as much information as possible. Doesn't want anyone to play in off angles and, you know, catch them off guard. Maestro Camp is going to deploy the drone, as now the push is happening slowly. Ying, that is going to be Lexus. He's going to be standing on top of the skylight, making sure that the rotations are possible from down below. Breach is going to come in at this point, but since that wall is not double reinforced, apparently they're going to be using the shotgun, and that is going to be the soft breach coming in from this amazing shotgun that Jackal has. And looks like MRCC is getting ready for a quick plant or either a quick rush. I can read it. Look at them. Everybody's on top. The flashes are getting burned away. Getting some smokes in, some nades in, and God knows what's not. And look at that. Candela is into play, and it has started. The Candela show is on, but he's going to actually sit down and plant the diffuser. That is going to get easy. The Maestro Cam lighting the Ying up so much. She's got to stick it, and she's going to turn around to find Ella as well. Really good shot coming in from Lexus, but the man count is now on a 3v3, maybe not a 3v2, as Lexus is going to get one only to get refragged by the Valkyrie. Now it all comes down to Kill Steal and Sulfuric. Both amazing fraggers for the team. We still have somebody on the top of Skylight. And look at that. It's all going to come down to Kill Steal. He's still got the C4. He could even make this play happen. A C4 onto the Skylight, and the kill onto Daft is what Valkyrie needs right now. But the attacker are too wise to know that they should not be pushing at this point. And Kill Steal just not realizing he's got to make the push happen. C4 goes out. Nothing to connect, and the Jackal comes in with the peak, and that is it. Mercenaries are going to put round 4 on the board and equalizing this match in a 2-2-2. Really good play coming in from Thermite here. Excuse me, that was the Jackal. Thermite is going to be banned. My bad. I just get a little too excited in moments like these.
Well, we're definitely seeing some late year 2 strats coming out from the side of MRCZ, in the man count not being in their favor due to the unfortunate disconnect that they had. I keep bringing that up, but I have to make the point that I'm trying to say here. And they went for that Ying smoke rush plan that was oh so prevalent back in Operation Chimera and White Noise, until Ying lost her smokes, which took Ubisoft a while. And now that they've put them back, I think what Ubisoft is doing, they're depending on the new mechanics for the Candela, where you have to hold it longer to insta-detonate,
Attackers need to locate
instead of like
and
just
defuse bombs.
feeding it in all the time. Except if... It might be. Only time will tell. But if that round is any indicator, you know, who knows, honestly. Because, again, the patch just came out. So it's going to take at least, say, this next week that we have in hand. Say by next Wednesday, lots of pro teams are going to be coming out with strategies that they will be showing off in like games and streams and all that stuff. And then we'll know that, okay, this is now the meta, it's changed, or maybe it hasn't changed. It's all up in the air right now. Jury's out, and it's yet to come back in. As Doc was forced to heal up Silent Wraith for the time being. I did hear the Stim Pistol go out. And Silent Wraith isn't on 100 HP, but it's the best he could hope for, as the Valcam will go out from the side of Killsteal. The Gamer Syndicate, they know exactly what happened in the last round. This time they're bringing in the Womai and the Jaeger with pretty much all counter utility playing on the Skylight. Not all of it, most of it playing on the Skylight to make sure that MRCZ aren't allowed to get away with it this time around. And
Attackers have located
this MRCZ are definitely going to be aware of that, as it looks like they're repelling. Two of them are repelling the east side of the building, as one of them is going to be on drones, as the drones are going in inside a site, and they are trying to find all of the defenders in there to make sure that they know who's where and playing what. And there we go, the Ying is right there on the rappel. Hibana was there joining her for the time being, and the mid-stairs run might happen. Killstreak is definitely considering it. One of the Candelas have come out, and the push-in has happened, but the C4 from below is definitely going to be in play, but it's not at the right spot. and the plant will go down from Lexus once again. The rush plant is on the board, but Lexus gets taken out by Sulfuric. It's a 3v5, but the diffuser off, so it's a post-plant situation. Sulfuric tried to go for the counter defuse right there, but Yellow Flash and Easy taken out. The run out is stopped as well. Sulfuric is down, and now it is a 2v3 situation. A 2v2 make that as a kill is dropped by MIA7. It's now 2v1 actually. Killsteal, the only one left alive, playing against MIA7 and Daft. He has to go for the run out to try and get the kill, but he won't have to because Daft has made the play to try and push it, and he's going to try and go for the counter. He's baiting MIA7 to play as the MIA7 is actually playing inside of. What a shot! Into Cold Room in the meanwhile. Killsteal will get the kill and the counter defuse right on time, leaving himself plenty of time to turn around and bask in the glory of Gamer Syndicate, winning round 5. The rush plant was attempted and it almost went off. But if Jackal hadn't peeked, if Daft on the Jackal hadn't made the decision to peek right there, that would have been game, set, and match, because Killsteal would have needed to make the run out happen. Right. And if he went for the run out, he would have been out of time. Unfortunately, a bit of a misplay that costs MRCZ that round. But if the match that we've had so far is any indication, they are not about to stop this rush plant meta that they're going for. They're definitely harkening back to year 2 right here. I'm having flashbacks. Ooh boy.
Well, speaking of that, we still don't see a Steve coming in from the side of Mercenaries, as they need that man on the board. They want to make sure that you have that man advantage for yourselves, as disadvantage rather is what is making them lose all these rounds here. But then again, one could argue that Cafe is also defender favored. Maybe Mercenaries could pick up their pace on when they go to defense. But we're already on round 6 before the side swap, and Mercenaries lack 1 point away from the side of Gamer Syndicate. 2 to 3 is going to be the scoreline. Let's take a quick look at the lineup as they go downstairs. Once again, Valkyrie, My Jaeger, Doc, and Legion. Valkyrie, really amazing cams that she's getting to place here. Seen some of those ourselves, as she's getting all the information necessary for herself to rely on his teammates. Killsteal making his way back to side after placing those black eyes. And now we'll be seeing we'll be seeing the MPX in play, and for some reason I just love this gun, man. It's been amazing since it's come out. The only reason if you ever see me play Warden is just because he has an MPX.
Just that. I mean, makes sense, because Warden's gas isn't exactly the best. Let's be real here.
Yep.
And with that being said, the bakery push is going to happen. One of Mai's magnets are going to be catching a lot of flashbangs. So many flashbangs being thrown. The ADSs are burnt out, and Habana still had 2. And now with Ash's breach charge, that is of course the shield playing behind Bakery counter that's going to be taken off the board. But the only one in Bakery, or close to it, is actually Killsteal, but he knows that there's going to be somebody, the Habana for that matter, making a line of sight into prep room this time, so he's going to rotate around to the fridge in prep room, make sure he can play in there safely. The default cam is broken, and I think Killsteal may have lost the other cam that he'd placed in there. But of course, that is no matter. Oh, okay, a Jackal ping. Okay, they really want to take Killsteal off the board right now. A Jackal ping, Hibana making a line of sight from the main door into prep room. The camera's being broken. It's all coming down here. As round 6 is the last round before the role swap happens, and MRCZ goes to defense and GS goes to offense. Easy in the meanwhile is actually playing by the main bar of the first floor, out by the east side of the building, as Hibana is going to be making another entryway. I think that looks like an entryway into sight. It's definitely large enough, and there's somebody actually prone behind the bakery counter, but there we go. That is Hibana herself. She's going to get a kill for herself, as MIA is going to drop yellow flashes. A 4v3 suddenly, and in favor of MRCZ, as they're going to be looking to get the plant out, but Sandra is going to drop one. That's MIA7 down. Another one's down outside, as the Jaeger's going to get a double for himself. He drops Diffuser, and he's going to go for this other kill, but Lexus is going to take down Silent Wraith in the meanwhile, as the kill is confirmed. Finally, it's now a 1v2, all down to Lexus on the Ying, who was the last one alive, with Candelas and Smokes in full force for himself to play with. He knows that there's somebody playing inside of the kitchen, and he's gonna throw a Candela in to distract them while he moves into the bakery. He's just covering all of his angles. So much he did as he gets the dock. That's 1 kill for himself, and he's now got to play against the newly nerfed Jaeger, who's gonna be looking to do the exact same to clutch out the round for his team. It's a 1v1. There is still one Candela and two smokes in play. One of the smokes will go out as the counter defuse. As the defuse itself is going to be going down, but Jaeger's going to rotate into Bakery, and he's going to be looking to stop this defuse from happening, or at the very least get the kill on Ying. The plant will go off, and Ying looks the correct way, and Lexus gets a clutch against Sulfuric. What a play from the Ying right here. Candelas and smokes in full force as round 6 goes to MRCZ. Well. Round 6 has gone to MRCZ, and role swap has happened. The Ying plays coming out from Lexus right there, definitely showing us that she is, she's powerful now. So, with of course the role swap being in play, Foxy, now that it's a 3-3, it's essentially a start from scratch. How do you feel both of these teams are going to go about playing right now?
Well, speaking of starting from scratch, we even see a seed
Defenders
run back.
protect your bombs
So,
from being defused by attackers.
and this could just work for them. I mean, they're starting off on defense as well. It's still debatable because Gamer Syndicate have been putting out a great show so far, winning every single point gunfight that they take, and it just came down to really good execution in the end. And seeing some reinforcements coming in from the side of Free.
I have to ask, you
Yeah.
good there, Foxy?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sound a little sleepy, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I sound a little powerless, nothing else. Just that, yeah, I kind of, my stomach really hasn't had enough food to it. So, yeah. I tend to neglect my health sometimes. But what I won't be neglecting is going to be this match here. As let me just brush my hands together, get ourselves a little excited, at least get myself up my feet, or maybe all right, since we're talking about this, there was this LAN on ROL, all right, in Delhi that I was hosting, in fact, along with the TEC. And I got a little too worked up. I was exhausted, and what did I do to not let myself sound exhausted was I stood up and I started casting. Oh, no. So then everybody in the room did that, and it was just amazing. Me and Baba, and it's just something I'm sharing, just a small experience with you. And yeah. All right, the C4 goes out, and it's going to claim anybody. No. It does a little bit of damage to Sulfuric, but Hasib is here, finally back in the game, and he's going to pop off with an explosive frag and make that too, as Daft is going to claim Silent Wraith as well. And can you hear that? There's actually a sound cue coming off now every time a kill goes off. All right. I didn't quite get to catch that earlier.
It's like a bassy sound, right?
Yeah. And we'll be seeing Yellow Flash trying to go for this run out, but run out is going to come out from the Legion instead, but he's still got a safe passage back to side, and he's going to do exactly that. Still, emphasis on the hatch is going to be Paramount, as they want to make this push happen down below, as we are seeing Yellow Flash break this hatch open, but they've got the Goyo shields to worry about, and let me tell you, that's 3 of them, apart from the deployable shield that the Alibi has brought from her back pocket as well. So, Siege, it's a tactical shooter, it's a tactical realistic shooter, and all is amazing. But where do the reinforcements and the shields come out from? I want an answer as soon as you can, but obviously till then we've got to focus in the game. Back at it, Sulfuric putting down his gridlock charges, making sure there's nobody allowed to play on the side. Oh, look at that, somebody's gonna get caught off by the Nomad chat. That was Dapt, I'm presuming. That was as he was outside the. Oh, look at this tight angle being held by Noctis. Could go for the peak anytime, but he's just going to fall back at this moment. While we are seeing Hasib pick up a fight of his own, they're expecting a drop coming in, while Daft is going to get one on to kill steal, and now the Goya shield's been popped. So Hasib knows there's somebody playing close to that stairs, and that is going to be Yellow Flash as well as Sulfuric, because those are the only attackers left on the side of this team. Sulfuric, that's the gridlock. He's got the scope as well. He's going to try and land his shots, and he's going to land the headshot onto Hasib, only to get refragged. Now it all comes down to the sledge. He's getting tagged along from the Maestro cam. He's going to get one frag, but for how long? 3 more defenders to cut through. Making his way up onto Cocktail. Going to go for this plant. There's going to be Maestro cams and so much other denial that is coming up, but That's just disrespect that Noctis throws into it with the knife coming in, and he's just gonna come in slowly, easily, and knife the booty. And that is it. Sledge dispatched, and that is going to put Mercenaries on a heavy advantage against Gamer Syndicate, 4-3. Or rather, excuse me, that's not a heavy advantage. At least they've managed to get one round against them as we are proceeding to round 8. Blackjack, any thoughts on how the last round went out? Because we saw them frag out insanely, and
Well, with Hasib back in play, it's a full 5v5, and MRCZ definitely showing that when it's a 5v5 fair fight, they probably have a leg up in a game in this game that they're playing right now. And Hasib definitely showed up in full force. As another thing I would definitely like to say is, Noctis, my man, you were playing Jaeger right in the last round.
Defenders, protect your
Didn't
bombs.
need to disrespect
Defused
Sledge
by
that
attackers.
much. But oh well, you do you. As we're gonna be moving into round 8, MRCZ versus Gamer Syndicate, and MRCZ have finally managed to take the lead actually from Gamer Syndicate, winning the last 2 rounds in consecution. And with that being said, they're gonna be going into the first floor kitchen site. Actually, watching the games that we have on hand actually really makes me, I don't know, it makes me feel a weird, I feel a little weirdly like I miss the train museum site. People used to go there all the time before. Now it's like
5 seconds left
bar,
before insertion.
kitchen, and reading. I remember back when cafe was before it was buffed. It was bar, train museum, and then maybe kitchen if you're unlucky, right? But now it's just all changed, and I'm happy, but I kind of feel nostalgic for Old Cafe at the same time. Then again, I'm one of the people who really want Old Hereford to be added back to casual, so don't mind me. As Gamer Syndicate, they are on the attack, of course. They're on a slight disadvantage because Cafe can be a bit of a defender-centered map at times. And they actually are playing the Fuse. Okay, Yellow Flash earning a little bit of respect from yours truly right here, as he's going to be fusing. I mean, that wasn't the right place to put a cluster charge down in, but all right, okay, you do you. I'm not going to disrespect the Fuse main, as Easy's actually already on top of Cigar Lounge right here, and he's pushing into White Hallway. There's somebody here, though. Vigil will go down. That is Daft off the board as Easy is going to be pushing down the white stairs to make his push happen. And in the meanwhile, Mercenaries, they lost a man. Daft is gone. As there's a Goyo playing inside a prep room with the extended barrel of all things, and a C4 in hand as well. The pings are coming out from the Maestro cam that is sitting there in Bakery, and he's using now the intel passed on to him by Maestro to full advantage, as he's going to be waiting for the C4 play to happen. Kill still on the Ying. He's going to be, well, he fired some shots, but nothing too big as the C4 does come out. But not a whole lot of damage done. Killsteel only takes a smidgen of damage as the prep room push is about to go down. Goyo's going to be waiting to pop that shield of his as the Ash is pushing from the other side of site. The other door, that is, in Red Carpet Hallway. But Noctis on the Jaeger, he's there to hold that down, as it's a turtle hole from the looks of things. As Noctis actually does take down Easy, that is the Ash off the board. And the man count has been equalized, but there's only about 63 seconds left on the clock. Killsteel gets a kill for himself, as MI7 goes down the Band-Aid, making an unfortunate decision to peek at the wrong time, giving the Ying that kill. And Mercenaries are going to be all too aware of the fact that the Ying is in play still, and they haven't managed to take out that operator just yet. As Sulfuric is actually firing away to Glory on Red Carpet Hallway, and the Fuse is in play. He's going to pop a Goyo shield, and with all those cluster charges being popped, the other one's actually on the east side of the map, but it's not going to affect any operator just yet. And that's all of the 3 cluster charges, of course, being expended, as Noctis has an angle here that he wants to play, as one of the Candelas are actually going out. And Hasib, oh no, he's about to get completely lit up as the Ying is inside, but Killsteel, he might be a bit too late on this peak, but Hasib looks the wrong way as Noctis gets a double kill for himself. The Evil Eye is gonna light up the Ying as it's all down to Lexus on the Maestro. He has a kill to his name. He just has one more. The diffuser's dropped. He just has to get Sulfuric on the Jackal right now, but the time is gonna be what gives MRCC the round. So close for Gamer Syndicate. They almost had it in the bag, but the diffuser was dropped by the Maestro, giving MRCZ round 8.
Quite the run coming in from MRCZ there, and you only had to see that play, man. The Ying kill steal is just popping in the candles there, and all the Goyo had to do is pretty much nothing he could do. He was flashed his brains out and no way out of there, and looking the wrong way, yes, once he was out of the flash. But then again, what can a man do, I mean, at this point? But the fuse though, all right, we'll be seeing the fuse being employed once again. And so in case you haven't seen my team play, just throwing in a little bit of since you're a fuse mate, no other reason. My team likes to imply the fuse into their attack rounds as well. For some reason, yeah, they're just a little too dependent sometimes. I tell them that, but I mean, if it's working, it's good and amazing. So we'll be seeing Daft bring out Valkyrie here. All right, that is going to be, he's just placing down his cams, and let's look at the operator lineup here. Valkyrie is going to be in play. We've got the mute as well. Really good Valkyrie cam spots that we're getting to see here. Interesting insights, as we'll be seeing MI7 with the Legion. Lexus is going to be on the Jaeger. Meanwhile, on the side of Gamer Syndicate, we have Yellow Flash on the fuse, obviously. I mean, I gotta mention the fuse main first. Kill Steal on the Ying. Sulfuric is going to be on the Jackal. Easy is going to be on the Ash, and Silent Wraith on the Thatcher. One thing we've got to notice on the side of the attacking team is that they have zero heart breaching potential. All the fights that they're going to take is either going to be from a soft breach wall, or either a vertical gameplay, or the doorways and the hallways that they're going to peek into, since they don't have any avenues established for themselves. And look at that, Legion, despite hearing that there's so many attackers onto the side of west side of this map, he's still gonna try and peek every single angle that he can, only to get punished. And that is going to be the Jackal dispatching MI7, making the 4 versus 5 already so early into the round, as we see Lexus holding down on the top floor, looking all the way onto heaven. We'll still be seeing Daft is gonna go down below, and yep, Hasib is here to help his friends as well. The Legion mines getting popped off, and he gets a look-see onto the Ash, but he's not gonna land his shots. Dash is making her way rather up from the skylight area, while Jaeger trying to pick his fights carefully. He's not landing any shots, not yet. No damage done to the opponent, but a lot taken by him. Asif is not gonna fall back. He's still here to support his friend and teammate. Dash is pushing in. Got to make this play happen. SMG 11 in hand. Jaeger trying to land every single shot, but missing most of them. Hasib is going to be the victor of that game, but finally only the Jaeger to get dispatched, and now it all comes down to mute on the top floor, as Yellow Flash is going to kill his own teammate. Of all the things happening in this game, and that is, my friends, why you don't play the fuse. No, I mean, that is why fuse stands as a rather a disadvantage when you try and play competitive. I'm pretty sure you already know that, but I know you just threw in the A for yourself being a fuse man. I mean, we all can have ourselves some fun sometimes. Meanwhile, Hasib, shotgun in hand, still not dispatched from this position that he was playing earlier. Daft is going to be holding. Oh, he looks at the wrong way, and he gets taken out by Silent Wraith. That is going to be the Thatcher making his way up, but the Alder is going to win that fight, and that is going to be the dead body of the Thatcher in the hallway. Meanwhile, Hasib is going to pick up a kill off himself on the top floor. He had the shotgun in hand. He converted, but the barrel is visible. No, he's going to be in the other side of the map. Wall, excuse me, and Yellow Flash, oh so heavy, is going to give away his position with the sound cues. And Hasib is going to be the one to take the gunfight and win it as well. That is going to put Mercenaries on match point.
Absolutely. Mercenaries in these last 4 rounds, from round 6 onwards, have not let up, and Gamer Syndicate just cannot find an avenue to win a round for themselves. They are dependent on the Ying. They bring in the fuse, they bring in everything that they can, but it's just not working out. And Easy definitely is going to have some words to say to his teammate from that last round, as the cluster charge team kill, that is exactly what defines a fuse main. So while this may be counterintuitive of me to say, Yellow Flash, you have my respect, as MI7 is going to be switching from Mozzie into Mozzie, and this is all going down here on Cafe Dostoevsky. MRCZ are busy taking the mickey out of this game with all the fun that they're having, and Gamer Syndicate, I'm sure they're having a little bit of fun too, but being on the losing side can only mean that you can get so much enjoyment out of a game. As we have 2 ADSs being put down by Noctis on the Jaeger, right behind the sofa, and Cigar Lounge is going to be reinforcing the cold room wall right next to it, as the MRCZ just sit 1 round away from winning the game on hand here. Gamer Syndicate are obviously under a whole ton of pressure. They're going to have to play their best game for 3 rounds straight to push for overtime to even have hopes of a comeback. And they have definitely shown that they could maybe win a few rounds here and there. Definitely the last round at one point looked like it would go in their favor, but unfortunately MRCZ just positioned themselves a lot better to win gunfights. As MI7, he went for a peek out of the whiskey window in piano again, and he didn't connect onto anybody, but nobody connected onto him either, so trade of bullets to no avail. As the repels are going to come in from Gamer Syndicate, they're going to be going up all the way to the roof to try and find operators wherever they can. One of the Mozzie's pests is going to stop the drones from pushing in from red stairs for the time being, as there we go. The stack up on the skylight is going to come out, as looks like we might have a Ying play on our hands, and that is definitely possible because there are not enough of Mercenaries denials in the skylight area, and Killsteel will probably be aware of that, but he's repelling on the east side of the map as a Jackal scan goes off right next to him. He's going to be all too aware of what's going on for the time being, and Easy's going to take a lot of damage when he's rotated into sight. He's going to get one. That is Hasib, who took down Yellow Flash right there. And so much damage from the Evil Eye as the peek from the Jaeger is going to happen, but what a shot from Easy. He's on a double, but he's got to face the Alda now, and Maestro's going to be bringing the music all the way from Italy. As MI7 drops so free, the flashbangs are going to come out. He's going to flash himself a little bit, and there we go. The down and kill confirmed from the White Stairs. Daft is going to finish off Easy's rampage. As the repel on the east side of the building is happening, it is a 2v3 that Sandwraith and Killsteel have to try and work with. Sandwraith playing Wraith is going to find 1. Is he going to find 2? No, he will whiff all his shots, and it's all down to Killsteel, but he will be denied as well, as Daft gets the last kill. And with that, with all the chaos out of the way, MRCZ winning round 10 with Cafe Dostoevsky. What a game indeed. It definitely looked a little different earlier before the role swap happened, but round 6 onwards, MRCZ have won 5 rounds in a row.
Right.
5 rounds in a row, man. And Hasib came back in round 7 as well, which just helped them secure the victory even faster. And of course, with that being said, MRCZ take Cafe Dostoevsky 7-3.
Indeed, well played by Mercenaries once they got their last man in, but it looks like Matto, they put quite the attack rounds on board as well. So, really well played by MRCZ, and Gamer Syndicate got to put more rounds on board, my boys. You've got to win these gunfights. You've got to make sure you stay on top of this leaderboard, because this is the last week of the Season 1. And we are only getting started with the Playday 5, and we'll be back tomorrow with Playday 6. But we still got 2 more matches to go, and we'll be back in just a moment. I'm Foxtrot, and joining me is Blackjack. We'll be joining you guys with another exciting match. More Siege action coming to you in just a moment.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD Performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACT Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me once again is my co-host, Foxy, and we are here for Game 3 of Matchday 5 of Division 3. The game is between Shining Heroes and Zoo Sabers on the map of Clubhouse, and Zoo Sabers are going to be on the attack. Foxy, how do you feel about the game we've got on hand?
This is going to be an exciting match because we did see Shining Heroes make their way all the way through qualifiers and fighting another elimination bracket against everybody who was contending in the qualifiers to get this 9th spot secure for themselves in Division 3. I mean, that's quite the grind coming from Shining Heroes. They've got to make sure they keep their performance on point, and I'm hoping to see some good plays from both the teams. Zoo Sabers, they stay on top of the list of the standings at least for the moment. Let's see how this match will fare out. Shining Heroes and Zoo Sabers also quick with their bans. Maverick and Monty taken out the board so quickly. Zoo Sabers are going to be the ones starting off on the attack, and Shining Heroes, meanwhile, they'll be on the defense. So, seeing a ban coming out from them, and that is going to be Kaid. Alright, Kaid is going to get banned. We usually see a Thatcher ban coming up, and then, just to counter that, a Kaid ban, but looks like Zoo Sabers are taking no chances. They want to get maximum rounds on attack, and that is exactly why they'll be banning the Kaid. So, the Maverick is out of the play, so that's only going to mean that more implication in terms of how you get the walls open is going to be on Thermite with the help of Zofia, or the Buck, or sometimes even the Capital. It's only a matter of time till we see how this plays out, because Clubhouse has been that one map that has been played oh so much in the series. Also, the last man comes up. That is going to be the Maestro, taken out of the board from the side of Shining Heroes, as they're going to be starting off on defense, but they don't want to be employing that defensive operator. That does put Echo still on board, so I don't know. I really haven't seen Echo plays coming out from the defensive team, at least not for the moment, and we'll be seeing them pick out the CCTV room and cash room for the first defenses. It's been quite the difference, you see. In the past few play days where we had Division 2 coming in, everybody tries to opt the gym bedroom defense. When we see the Division 1 coming in, we see them opt the church and arsenal defense first. While in the Division 3, we'll be seeing the CCTV and cash room being implied first, and to go and try and get maximum rounds on board for yourselves. With that being said, let's take a quick look at both these rosters. Zoo Sabers have got Raven, Simplex, Lancer, Nicaristo, and Drizzle on there, and then they're gonna have a good set of ops in terms of what operators are running at the moment. Meanwhile, we've got OG Dragon, Stoneheart. Oh, it looks like he's removed the Doctor from his name. Doctor is going to be another player on the side of Shining Heroes meanwhile. And AK Maharaj, as well as Captain Kush, is going to be the roster that we're seeing Shining Heroes bring out on board for themselves. As the reinforcements are coming in place, this classic stuff being done from the side of Shining Heroes. I will proceed into the match, the action phase in just a moment. And look at that! Stoneheart is going to be running the shotgun M870 and not the MP7 on the Bandit for some reason. He just wants to play this, and depending on how we saw that level 0 match pan out, I wouldn't even blame him. I mean, alright Stoneheart, we know you want to put up a show, and let's see if you do exactly that. With that being said, we'll be seeing the Goya coming out from the side of OG Dragon as well. That is going to be the... Alright, that is going to be the TCSG. He's running at least. Alright, my man. He's going to be running the TCSG as Drizzle is on the no match. So, a double hard reach from there and no. Alright, so one thing I was expecting Zeus Sabers to do was, since there is no Maverick involved, you want to get these walls open and to make things all the while more easier for you. Alright, speaking of which, Lancer's already made his way onto stock, and he's watching for anybody trying to get aggressive from the new blue, and he's going to pick up a fight pretty soon. That is going to be the Jaeger Doctor, losing a lot of HP in that play, and the ass charge comes in. He's going to light up the Bandit quite a lot, putting him on almost 10 to 20 HP there. He's going to fall back, cannot try and make his play happen here. Doesn't want to lose his life over one wall. I mean, as long as you're alive, it's going to work out. One last ash charge coming in from Lancer here. He's just making sure that he's getting the Bandit batteries destroyed. And just as I'm about to say that, the emphasis on that is going to be paramount, but looks like they don't even need it. And look at that, Sonar is going to lose his life already. Yes, he was on low HP, but the victor of that fight is going to be the Ash. We're seeing the Rappel game come in while some C4 is getting dispatched here and there, while Drizzle is actually going to be making his way so close to this construction, as Hibana has already breached the construction wall as well. So much happening around the map, and really good and a swift attack coming in from Zeus Sabers. This is what I like about Zeus Sabers, man. They've been doing this exactly for almost every single match they've played so far, and the Echo getting spotted out. He's going to peek a little, give away his position, but that has already been confirmed. And look at that, crouch peek. T is coming in from Captain Kush. He's just trying to make sure that he stays alive in this fight against Drizzle. Drizzle trying to spot him as much as he can, but Captain Kush is going to take out Lancer meanwhile, but only to get refragged by Simplex. A 4 versus 3 now. Doctor, solo on HP. OG, alright, Drizzle making his way inside side already, and the plant could come down any moment now. They've got the side. OG Dragon is here to try and refrag, but he's gonna get taken out instead as a TCSG. Not landing enough shots. Easy Raven is gonna dispatch AK Maharaj, and it all comes down to Doctor in a 1 versus 4 clutch situation. He's got to make this happen, and a Rios request has been put in. We'll be seeing Doctor still staying, trying to stay alive. He's got to buy time for his teammate. That is going to be OG Dragon, but having some looks like there's some ping spike issues coming in, but then again it could only be the server, as that is it. He's going to be low on HP, and the Nomad's gun is also powerful, the AR, and we'll be seeing Zeus Sabers put the first round on board from their end. Alright, a very awkward kill cam because we saw the players leave, but we'll be back with the Rios in just a while. You guys don't go anywhere as we see Zeus Sabers taking the first round on board for themselves on Clubhouse against Shining Heroes.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. We are back here on Clubhouse with the game between Zotabers and Shining Heroes. Shining Heroes unfortunately had a bit of a disconnect, and it looks like they did ask for a sub, and I believe AK Maharaj is... No? Same? Okay, never mind then. They were asking for it, but looks like OG Dragon's ping issues have been resolved for the time being, and he is here to play back in full force. As we're going to be moving to round 2. Round 1 went to the side of Zotabers. They took it on the attack on CCTV, and looks like we are going to be going back there as the 6th pick from AK Maharaj will take him out of the Womai into the dock.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
We do apologize
as
for
many
the
bombs as they can.
inconvenience that our viewers had with the rehost there, but it's a bit of a necessity. As once again, the M870 is going to be coming out from Stoneheart, who, as Foxy noted in the first round, has removed the Doctor from his name. It makes tracking player names a little easier, admittedly, but there's still Doctor who's playing the Jaeger and AK Maharaj is playing Doc. So if there's any confusion, we do apologize for the time.
I think they just stripped him of his degree of medical science. Like, alright, Stoneheart, you don't get to be called the Doctor anymore. And that is why we won't be seeing him run the Doctor in his name tag. It's okay, players do that. I mean, we've seen pro players do that in recent times. It's RXWD changing his name to Ironics. Yeah, Ironics. So, ironically, we'll be seeing Stoneheart do the same. And that being said, we'll be back in this game here. OG Dragon once again is going to be running the TCSG. My man, as Blackjack likes to say, is, I mean, it's just excuse me, gratitude of respect that we show, because we have seen so many players use the Vector or the TCSG. Oh, wait a minute, the TCSG is now nerfed, right?
It is.
Oh boy, I just kept going on and on about it, without realizing what I'm saying. And you don't have my respect, Goyo, because now the TCS has been nerfed. No, I'm just kidding. As we'll be seeing the Ash making the same breach that she did last time using her Ash charge. That being said, the breach has happened, rather the breach down below from the launch has happened, and that is surely going to make things all the while more tough for Dr. Stoneheart to work this bandit battery out. Seeing multiple lines of sight being established from the side. Oh, look at that! Coming oh so close, and Zotabers once again also quick with the attack. By the time the opponents can understand where that push is coming in from, and the main wall is going to get breached, and the bandit is going to bandit trick the wrong wall. What? Alright, that's it. That's going to be a bug, I presume, because technically the bandit should have gotten that wall bandit trick, but Stoneheart, a little too unfortunate for my man, as we'll be seeing him run the M870. Waiting for his time to pop up. He's obviously getting droned out, and look at that, the push is coming in, and already Drizzle once again is going to dispatch Stoneheart, but he is going to be flashed out of his mind, but he's still going to get OG Dragon. What is going on? And now it's all down to a 3 versus 2. Once again, the push is coming in from the side of Simplex as well. He's providing cover for the Nomad, while the Nomad is just going to go ahead and make this push happen. Diffuser is not going to be in the hands of either of these operators, and that is exactly why they're stalling time, try and buy time for Negristo, who's here finally getting the diffuser back on site. The plant is going down and cash. They've got the pings coming in. AK is going to be all the way down towards the garage, while Captain Kush has got to deny this plant. He's going to get one of those yokai drones all the way to cash, and he's going to deny it twice. That is going to be the plant denial from him, as he's getting shot up from down below. Now Lancer is going to dispatch AK Maharaj. Now it all comes down to Captain Kush and Doctor, who's going to be down below. Once again, Captain Kush knows that he's got to make this push happen, but he's so low on HP, and that is exactly why he's going to lose this fight. It all comes down to Doctor once again in a similar situation in an ace clutch. He's going to try and tag along the thermite, but at what cost? Moving up with the carbine in his hand, and that is it once again as a repeat of what happened. It's a deja vu. We saw the Nomad pick up this kill from the exact same spot as the exact same operators. It was the exact same players and the exact same loss, or rather the victory for the side of Zotabers, as they'll be moving 2-0 on this match here. Really good attack, really swift, I'd say. You know, once they've figured out that nobody's playing off-site, they just take control oh so quickly onto a side of bedroom, and they directly go for the breach. I mean, I love to see attacking rounds like that, man. That just shows how well coordinated the team is, and Zotabers is going to have a disconnection now. That is going to be Lancer. Lancer, we did see his interview come up in the last weekday as he was on the top of the MVP leaderboard. All right, well, we'll be proceeding to round 3 as looks like Zeus Sabres are not requesting for a
Attackers need to
rehost.
locate and
And
defuse bombs.
it's just the team's decision at this point. Nothing that I can intervene on. Well, that being said, we'll be seeing the defensive team now go back to church and Arsenal room defense. OG Dragon is going to be running the smoke. We have Dr. Stoneheart, or no, we call him Stoneheart. He's going to be running the mute. While we have Doctor, that is on the Valkyrie, and Captain Kush is going to be on the Echo, while we have AK Mars running the Jaeger. Really good in terms of the plan denial as well as entry denial that we're getting to see from the side of the defense here, but only time can tell how this
10 seconds
will
insertion.
turn out.
Alrighty then. In the meanwhile, looks like Lancer is fine, but he just had a bit of an issue with connecting to the game
Attackers'
itself. He
objective is to
claims his
locate a
internet
bomb
is
and
fine,
defuse it.
but now that he's back in the game, Zeus Sabres will no longer need to call for a rehost, but they will be playing this round in a 4v5 man disadvantage capacity. As the Thermite, looks like he's going to be pushing all the way into garage, nice and quickly taking out the default cam. He's looking down into oil pit. Okay, interesting place for Nicorista to be. He has the diffuser and oil pit, of course, one of the most contested areas from the side of Shining Heroes. The Claymore on the ladder, gonna stop anybody from rotating up that area for the time being, as Shining Heroes on the defense are going to be looking to get around on the board for themselves. As we saw for the first 2 rounds, pre and post rehost, it was deja vu, and the Jaeger was definitely thinking, I've been in this place before, as it just didn't work out for him. As this time around, they're gone to the the basement, church hold, and the Hibana in the meanwhile actually took some damage while going on the upside down rappel, but she managed to get the kitchen hatch open. Cold room is also being pushed, and the church hatch has been opened as well. Hibana's inside of bars, just going to drop OG Dragon into 4-4, as Stoneheart's going to have to pull back from the dirt wall. He was seen by Nicoristo, but Nicoristo won't be connecting any shots just yet.
A
so
bomb has been located.
OG Dragon was unfortunately taken out inside of blue behind the giant unit back there. As Easy Raven, he's going to be spotting some utility inside of sight, playing vertical right here with, of course, one more impact
Attackers
need
have dropped the bomb
still
defuse.
left in that lifeline of his. Simplex in the meanwhile looks like he's going to be looking to push down Moto, and Zeus Sabres, they're going to have to pick up the diffuser and pick up the pace because there's only a minute 13 left in the round. Drizzle's playing blue for the time being, as there is actually another operator inside of blue from the looks of things. Yes, that is the Valkyrie, but lots of shots of fire, and Drizzle will be actually taken down. The Nomad is off the board, and it's a 3v4 for Shining Heroes to play with. But the church wall is going to be opened as Captain Kush is sitting there right behind the bar, and Nicolista should see him if his drone doesn't get taken out. In the meanwhile, Raven's there for cover. Who's going to take down Captain Kush? That is the Echo of the board, a big kill, and shots are being fired. AK Maharaj is a little low on HP. He sees the Zofia crossing, but he won't get the kill. But there's one inside of Moto as Zofia comes back, gets the kill for his team. It's a double kill for Raven, as he's going to be going for the plant right now. Doctor and Stoneheart are the ones left, as shots are being fired in and around sight, but they won't stop the plant from going off, as now it's a 2v3, and 1v3 make that in the post plant to play for Stoneheart. On the mute, the man pushing, but the Zofia is there to cover, and Zeus Sabres will put round 3 on the board. Unfortunately, Shining Heroes are not able to put a round for themselves just yet. Zeus Sabres have made their statement. 3-0 in the early game is definitely one of the rarer sights to see in the WB Black Esports Club League, because most teams, no matter how good or bad they are, manage to equalize within the first 3 to 4 rounds. And as we're going to be going back, for that matter, to Church and Arsenal, Shining Heroes, they really need to put a round on the board for themselves, as it cannot be overstated how important that is, putting a round on the board for yourself early, especially since they're playing defensive on Clubhouse, the defensive role that is. And Clubhouse is one of those maps where the defenders have a little bit of an advantage, especially on a site like Church, because the attackers are forced to roam the entire map looking for roamers. That can waste quite a lot of time. And then when the push to the site happens, it's usually a stacked push from one particular area. We did see Zeus Sabres forced to push through the freshly opened Church wall, but it didn't really hinder them at all for that matter. They managed to win that 3v2 fairly easily. Shining Heroes have been having quite a lot of difficulty, that they will know exactly what they're doing wrong and they'll be looking to improve accordingly. Actually, they don't even have the bandit this time around. Stoneheart is the only utility denial in terms of his jammers, as the other one is, of course, AK Maharaj on the newly nerfed Jaeger. Captain Kush, in the meanwhile, he's playing the castle with the super shorty, as Mozzie has now lost his. For all of our viewers on stream, a reminder that the new 1.2 patch notes for Year 5 Season 1 have dropped. You can check them out at Ubisoft's dev blog, and they are quite the read, because they have been a little bit of a divisive set of patch notes. In the meanwhile, the kitchen push is happening, and Nicaristo is going to be putting down the Claymore on the ladder of Oil Pit that he did the last time. In the meanwhile, Lancer's inside a bar. He's looking at the jukebox, but doesn't seem like there's any sound coming from it. He's going to take out the default cam and hold down here for the time being. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of roam presence. Actually, there isn't any roam presence that I can see from the side of Shining Heroes at all. It's a turtle hole, as we have seen so often from defending teams in Clubhouse playing Church, because again, when it comes down to it, the attackers are forced to push down usually one or two areas unless they have droned themselves in with absolutely amazing droning. Zoo Sabers, they're going to be looking to do exactly that, as one of Ash's drones is going to get caught out with the new jammers. As okay, that's an angle that's going to deal a little bit of damage to Captain Kush on the castle. He knows that that rotation has been made by Ash from the main stairs, but as the vertical is being played, OG Dragon is going to drop Drizzle in blue stairs. That's a big kill, because Drizzle on blue was a huge deciding factor for Zoo Sabers in the last round. And with the Nomad off the board, that is going to be something that Shining Heroes are going to have to try and take an advantage on. They definitely will, as the push onto the church hallway has already happened. Lancer's here. He's going to take his drone, or try to take his drone off the Muse Jammer, but won't be able to, because he's going to be forced to pick it all the way back up. He's still in the range for the Muse Jammer as Thermite's coming in, and the drone's thrown into Arsenal, but it catches another one, as Raven's going to be taking down Captain Kush in the meanwhile. The man count is equalized for both teams, as Zeus Sabers still are in the lead, and oh my god, what a shot! Doctor taking the head off of Lancer right there, as the push onto B site has already happened. There's an operator in there, one playing on the main stairs hallway, as a drone will spot out where Doctor is, but he still has the C4. He's watching the hatch for the time being, but shots are going to be fired by the Thermite right by the bomb, and the hatch drop has happened, and the C4 still in play. No, it's actually not, as the plant is going down and it's going to be covered, but Stoner's there inside of dirt. He's going to stop the diffuser from being planted, as Valkyrie gets taken out. Raven is going to take out Doctor, but it's a 3v2 now, as Nicaristo and Raven are all that's left, and the mute inside of dirt is exactly what is stopping this. Going to do a lot of damage to Nicaristo as he's forced to run away. Only 3 seconds left on the clock. Will he be able to get anything? No, he won't. The diffuser's dropped. The Yiga gets kills for himself. Will he get 2? No, he won't, but it doesn't matter, as Shining Heroes, through the virtue of time, are going to be able to put a round on the board. Round 4 goes to Shining Heroes.
Finally, just as you spoke about it, that Shining Heroes have got to put a round on the board, they finally managed to do that, and that is a 3-1 scoreline that we're looking at as we proceed to round 5. One thing we've got to notice here is, like you said, they're starting off on defense. You want to put maximum rounds on the board for yourselves, as the Clubhouse has been a defender-favored map. You want to make sure you do that. With that being said, we'll be seeing them go on to CCTV and the cash room, and this time around, they are not employing the bandit. They don't want to invest any utility onto the side of the main wall, or actually in a way, in a very small way, I see Shining Heroes making a good improvement, because the band was just not working for them despite the breach happening on the main wall. There was no benefit on the construction wall, as we see Zeus Sabers attempting reach on both the walls. One thing that Shining Heroes have picked up on is that Zeus Sabers is not employing the Thatcher despite not being banned, and then they're like, alright, if the attackers are not going to play Thatcher, we might as well play Mute, and that is exactly why we are seeing Stoner bring Mute. Last round, we exactly saw how powerful Mute was on the perfectly placed Mute jammers down below. The Ash was struggling to get her drone out. She caught up her drone 3 times. and every single time it got jammed by the mute jammer. So really good utility being put to use from the side of Stoneheart here. I almost call him Dr. Stoneheart once again. It's a force of habit, guys. You gotta excuse me for the while as I adjust to the rework on his name. And speaking of reworks, I myself cannot wait and get my hands on the game, you know. Play some rank matches with the new Jaeger,
Oh, yes.
with the new
Oh,
Mozzie,
yes.
with the new Ying. I mean, why not? Lancer this time around is gonna have a little bit of a tough time as he's trying to open these barricades. And it's a little bit of barrier for him. Obviously, I mean, that is exactly what barricades are. But it's gonna be a barrier for the whole team as well if he doesn't not manage to get that new jammer from down below, because that is going to be his job. That is what we are seeing him do for at least quite a while now. OG Dragon is here with Doctor to support on this refrag game that they are attempting to pull with the Ash. Anytime now they could just pounce on Lancer and it'll be done and dusted for the Ash. He's got to make this push happen. Gonna go for the white peak. It's gonna come back. It's gonna be a face checking Ash, and just as I speak about it, AK Maharaj is gonna drop Lancer, and that is gonna take out the only utility that you could have used. No, actually they even have the Zofia. They can make this work, but I don't think that is going to be necessary as we are seeing the breach coming in from the side of... That was Garage, I think? Yeah, that was Garage. There's so many walls that can be breached here. I just have to keep moving my map around. Alright, looks like Raven has picked a fight with Doctor and he's going to tag him along quite a bit. But does he know that there's a Legion in play as well? He's going to do the job for the Ash this time around, as the Thermite can go for the breach, but the hip fire shot coming in from the Zofia is going to take up the Valkyrie, but OG Dragon is here to answer back, and he's going to keep things alive for his team. He's going to be solo on HP, but he's at least managed to dispatch Nicaristo. We'll be seeing Raven make a hole right here, but he's not going to peek that hole despite making it. Really bad play from the Zofia that is going to cost her that life, at least for the time being. And AK Maharaj meanwhile is going to get another kill. It all comes down to Simplex in a 1 versus 4. They know exactly where he's playing. We're seeing the defenders make crossfires established for each other in case the vault comes in from the CCTV window. Simplex is going to be on 100 HP. Still only this angle, 30 seconds left on the board. Totally make this happen. A lot of time to pull this clutch off, but not enough information. As like I said, Shiny Heroes, crippling Zeus of information with their mute jammers is what is costing them this turn, and it's... Man, the amount of patience on the Hibana. I myself would just be like, alright guys, you know what? I'm going in. Let's just play the next round. I mean,
15 seconds to go.
I wouldn't just... I don't know, man.
10 seconds
I would
left.
at least give it a try. Come on, Simplex. You gotta try it for your bros. Anyways, Shiny Heroes are going to win round 5. AK Maharaj just bouncing out of this construction window, knowing exactly where the Hibana was playing. An easy shot onto her. Oh, look at that. The godly knife coming in from the Jaeger as well.
Well, I can tell you, I can certify for a fact that Shining Heroes were starting to get really restless with Simplex absolutely refusing to peek any angles whatsoever that they had taken, that they had painstakingly set up. But with that being said, of course, Shining Heroes have put 2 rounds on the board for themselves, and they are 1 round away from equalizing and 1 round away from roll swap as well, as Lancer is going to 6-pick out from the Ash into the Thermite, and we're going to be looking at a gym bedroom hold from the side of Shining Heroes. OG Dragon in the meanwhile 6-picks out from Mozzie onto the Legion, as Legion with his impacts actually has more site reconstruction
Defenders, protect your
potential
bombs
than
from being
Mozzie. Now, it's
defused
actually
by
funny to
attackers.
say. I didn't think I'd be saying this someday, but here we are. Captain Kush with the Mira and AK Maharaj with the Castle have the secondary shotguns in hand, and Stoneheart with the mute, of course. The trusty SMG-11 allows him to play the M590 with full confidence. As Doctor, he's playing the new Jaeger right now, and I'm gonna have to, actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure some of my friends are playing ranked already. I'm gonna have to give, call them up after tonight's matches are over and ask them how they feel about this new Jaeger that we have in hand.
5 seconds left.
In the meanwhile, these...
Speaking of tonight's matches, there's going to be the last match, in fact, as I just received from information from the admins in the back end. We're going to have to conduct the last stream match offline because off stream, excuse me, as the players are not available late in the night, and we respect that totally. We don't want to be intruding anybody's personal space, and that is exactly why we are going to have this one as the last one for today. Don't worry, guys, not the last one of the season, and not the last one for the upcoming 5 seasons, as we are here on Play Day 5 of Division 3 Blackjack.
Absolutely. And, well, my thoughts about Jaeger aside, I'm very excited for tomorrow and the rest of the week, as we are, of course, here for week 3 of Division 3. Oh, I just love to say stuff like that. 3 of 3, 2 of 2. It just catches so easily. It's a beauty. As an English student, I can certify those things. Wordplays are my favorite. But enough of the wordplay, and coming back to the gameplay. Thatcher and Thermite have already managed to breach the main wall of a bedroom, and there has been a breach charge employed on the eastern subroof wall of CCTV. Drizzle, Hibana, that is Simplex, and Raven, a 3-stack push all onto the lonely Jaeger, as he's going to be forced to push out into construction to keep himself alive. And he does have a Pico looking into cash for the time being. This 3-stack push might be the undoing for Zotabers if they do not conduct this properly, as Hibana's looking to open up a entryway into cash that does not require the door. That is, of course, through the red stairs, and it looks like she is successful. And the crouch speed from Doctor will give away his position as the shots are fired from inside of Logistics, but OG Dragon is going to clean up onto Lancer right there as the push onto cash has happened, and Raven takes a little bit of damage. Not a whole lot, but just enough to, well, not actually enough even. Raven is sitting there on 80 HP. All beautifully, as Doctor's gonna drop Stonehard, but Drizzle dropped, actually Drizzle drops Stonehard and Doctor drops Raven, 2 bodies back to back. I'd be a little confused there. Nicodemus in the meanwhile, he's playing the Thatcher outside the gym window as Simplex and Drizzle are pushing from the side of construction. Drizzle pushes in, but Doctor's right there to try and kill him, but he's not going to be able to. Simplex is going to push towards Logistics. He's going to get the Legion as Drizzle going to take down OG. Simplex is going to take down OG Dragon. Drizzle's going to confirm on the Captain Kush, and now it's a 1v3, all down to AK Maharaj. Where even is he? He's on the main stairs, pushing up towards side. The UMP is in his hands, but the Nomad charge is going to blast him away, and the shots are fired, and there we go. Zotac are going to take round 6. They're not going to let Shining Heroes equalize, as now it is 4-2 going into roll swap. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 7, roll swap, is in effect. That means Z-Sabers are going to be on the defense, and Shining Heroes are going to be on the attack. And Z-Sabers, they are going to be going into gym bedroom. As Foxy said right at the beginning of the game, some teams, as soon as they get their hands on the defensive side, they like to go gym first up to try and throw their opponents off for a little bit of time. And, oh, here we go. Doctor has 6-pick out from the Ash into the newly buffed Ying. A triple buff for this operator. A new Candela to play with, as in an extra one for that matter. Smokes have returned to her arsenal, and her LG is 3 points more potent, as in 3 points more of damage. And the Shining Heroes will be all too aware of that, as, excuse me, yeah, Shining Heroes are all too aware of that, as they will be bringing in the Ying to play alongside the Zofia Thermite, the Bana, and the Buck. Now, OG Dragon's playing Buck, and I commend him for that because Buck is a great operator for playing vertical. But Buck has lost his grenades and gained a Claymore. He's going to be running the flashbangs for the time being, which is, of course, what you want to do. Flashbangs are brilliant for burning out Jaeger's ADSs, and just in general, for catching defenders off guard. Just ask Ying. She carries around 20 of those things. As now, Drizzle is on the Jaeger. He's going to be sitting inside of Cash from the looks of things, just reinforcing out CCTV and putting down an ADS right there to help himself. And Lancer's there to finish off reinforcements on the Cash wall. Raven's going to put down a mute jammer. It is all being put down right there, as the only thing left is a Mira window by Nicoristo, but he's not going to be able to do that. He's deployed one inside a bathroom. I'm not really sure where the other one went. And Simplex is actually on the Bandit, waiting for the Thermite to try and open inside, to try and put a breach charge down, that is, into the gym bedroom main wall here. In the meanwhile, look at that. All 5 attackers are here. Stonehard's going to be looking to find his way out of there for the time being. Flashbangs are being fired, but Simplex is undeterred as another flashbang goes in, but it's going to flash OG Dragon instead. AK Mara is just going to throw in one of Zofia's patented concussion nades as the bandit trick is still happening. Simplex is very undeterred right now as he has stopped Captain Kush from pushing onto that wall, and as all the support leaves the Thermite on his lonesome for the time being, they're going to look to push from the other end. As Thermite, for the time being, he has been completely denied. The logistics hatch is opened, has been opened by the Buck, and AK Maharaj is going to be looking to play with his impact grenades, but he's going to be shot at from the construction window, excuse me, the CCTV window. He's going to be holding that angle for the time being. Lancer very low on HP. He's playing inside the CCTV. Not an advisable position to be in, but as the pings go out onto where the Zofia is, going to be all on Zeus Sabers on the defense right here to try and hold off to the best of their ability. But no, Hibana is going to be taken out by Lancer. That's a big kill. And ooh, the down onto AK Maharaj is going to happen as well. But Lancer doesn't know that. And AK Maharaj might just be revived, or he might pick himself back up because Zofia can withstand. Back up to 5 HP goes AK Maharaj on the Zofia, and he is going to be looking for vengeance on Lancer. But Doctor's going to be there to get the vengeance for him as the castle goes down. It's a 4v4 situation, but the Candelas are now flying through the open breach as the push into bathroom should happen. Bandit takes a lot of shots, but finally gets the kill. Doctor gets a double for himself. He's going to be pushing it aside right now. OG Dragon's going to drop Nico Rispa, and there's only one defender left. The push has happened. The plant has gone off, and now it is all down to Easy David to get a couple of kills for himself and the counter defuse. Of course, shots are being fired. The Ying with the pre-fire from her LMG is not going to stop anything, but Thermite is going to push up the main stairs to get the kill onto the view. Woo-wee! What a round indeed, as Shining Heroes put round 7 on the board.
Oh, what a round indeed, just like you said, because I was not expecting that to go in the favor of Shining Heroes with the disadvantage that they stood at in that round there, because we saw the double down coming in from that CCTV window with the castle. Really nice shots though, Lancer. I mean, when the Hibana peeked him with the ACOG, I almost thought, all right, that's it. The castle heads is going to pop off now. And to my surprise, the Hibana's body dropped dead in the camera. And just coming back to the second kill that he almost secured for himself, that was the Zofia. And we'll be seeing AK Maharaj shift from the Ash onto the Ash as we are proceeding round 10 over here, and 4-3 is going to be the scoreline. Round 8. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. But one thing I forgot to comment was a Simplex, a really good bandit trick coming on with the flashes, with the Zofia lifelines. There's so much that Shining Heroes had, but Bandit, and he did not deter from his mission. He made sure that, all right, I've got a car battery. I'm not letting the Thermite in from here, as we were looking for a setup from the side of Shining Heroes, something in the midst of a rush coming in from the jacuzzi wall. I think that was what they were planning to do. I mean, with the Ying in play, but we never know what the players could try and bring out of their pocket. Simplex is going to be playing the Bandit once again. He's also trustworthy Bandit. He's just going to fall back for the moment. We're seeing Nicaristo. He's going to open up a few angles of sight, and that is going to be onto the kitchen. Really interesting angle being opened. I'm not exactly sure what purpose that serves, but looks like they are improvising on what the kind of attack that we saw Shining Heroes make, and the skeleton key buff as well. Look at that. Look at the max size. We're seeing Captain Kush making his way up once again. The Thermite is trying to get this breach done. It's going to be very crucial, very important for him. Going to place down his claymore first. OG Dragon is going to be on this hallway window that he's trying to repel, making sure that the downstairs is clear, and then could maybe chuck a few nades in. That's up to his comfortability. Still trying to hold this angle here. Doesn't want to overextend his peak. Does hear a few barricades coming up. Not exactly sure where that barricade is being broken from. Oh, look at that. There's going to be Doctor entering from down below. And this could just work in the favor of Shining Heroes. We're seeing Zeus Sabers have such an extended roam. Somebody's in Garage Catwalk. There's somebody in Construction. There's so much going on, and speaking of so much going on, we will see Doctor make this push happen, and he's gonna drop the bandit. Finally, a little bit of a potato coming in from him. Goes in for a little bit of a pre-fire as well. Onto the Mira window. That's the default spot that he tried to play against, but still got the Kindela working for him, and he's gonna get a wall bang. Nevertheless, onto Raven. 3 versus 5 now. He's going to be solo on HP. Stoneheart is going to get Nigristo, and now it all comes down to Drizzle and Lancer to play this out for the team. Lancer is going to get 1. He's going to try and get 2 actually. That is a really important kill coming out from the Jaeger, but that is it. Shining Heroes are going to shut them down, and we proceed round 9 with this round coming in their favor. And I believe that was the equalizer as well. Was it?
Yes, I
think
believe it was.
Yeah.
It should be 4-4 on
Yeah.
the scoreboard right
Look
now.
at that.
There it is. Round 9 equalized between the game of Shining Heroes and Zoo Sabers. As Zoo Sabers on the attack, they've been depending on the Ying rush push, Shining Heroes on the attack have been depending on the Ying rush push, and it has worked out in their favor twice now, as we are going to be moving towards Basement Churchhold from the side of Zoo Sabers. As we see OG Dragons switching out from the dock to the Thatcher's Lancer, once again has a disconnect. And he's been having quite a few of those tonight, but he's managed to come back before the round ends.
Defenders,
so,
protect
so
your
far,
bombs from being
no
defused
harm,
by
no foul.
attackers.
And with that being said, Zoo Sabers are going to have to play in a 4 versus 5 situation. Okay, there we go. Zoo Sabers have in fact asked for the rehost, and looks like we will be going into the rehost. Alrighty then. So, round 9 is going to be where we're going to be starting from post rehost. So, apologies to everyone for the little bit of delay in the match continuing, but give us a little bit of time to get the players back, and we will be right back from the rehost. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. A post-rehost between the game of Shining Heroes and Zotabers. We are, of course, post-roll swap as well, as Shining Heroes are on the attack. And since being on the attack, they have put back-to-back rounds on board, as we're going to be going down to Church and Arsenal from the defensive side of Zotabers, as the 6-pick out from the dock onto the Echo is confirmed by Lancer. I saw a flash of a Warden there, but that may just have been a bit of a misclick, as OG Dragon is going to go out from Buck onto the Thatcher. Shining Heroes, having put
Attackers need
2
to
rounds
locate
back
and
on
defuse
the
bombs.
board, are going to be looking to take the lead now in this equalized round 9 situation, as this game looks like it's going to be going close. And for all of our viewers at home who are just joining us, of course, Ying is being seen quite a lot in that, and that is just today of Matchday 5 of Division 3. One can only imagine how much of Ying we're going to see in Matchday 5 and 6 of Division 1. It's surely got me all excited right now. We're still a few days away from it, but you know, a man can hope. As there we go, the impact trick area is being cleared out by Nicristo and Drizzle on the Jaeger, who are shooting from below. As Zotabers, they're going to be looking to put this round on board for themselves, because if they aren't able to win a defensive round on the Clubhouse, despite being in the lead at 4-2, they will seriously be kicking themselves. As OG Dragon, he's on the Thatcher, Doctor's back on the Ying, AK Maharaj is on the Zofia, Stoneheart is on the Hibana, and Captain Kush is on the Thermite. A good attacking lineup, plenty of hard breach, plenty of denial, and of course the Ying to flash, smoke, plant, and secure. That is, of course, exactly why she has 4 Candelas, 2 smokes, and a little bit, an LMG that hits just that little bit harder. But the Echo is in play. That is, of course, Lancer, who will be looking to stop the smoke plants and the rush plants from the side of the attacking team. And Zotabers are going to be depending on that quite heavily, because of the fact that being on your cameras means you're not going to get flashed, even if the camera does get flashed. At least I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely certain. Anyhow. Going back into the game, of course, there is a... Oh, no, Drizzle, that is just sad. He tried to save his ADS before it got zapped away by Thatcher's EMP grenade. Unfortunately, not the case, as OG Dragon will win that scuffle of brains right there. He's going to be pushing down the main stairs, breaking the door, and peeking lines aside, as Drizzle's actually going to drop Doctor. That's a big kill. That's the Ying of the board. All right, Zotabers now have a much better chance of winning this round with the Ying already off the board. And unfortunately, Doctor pushing down blue didn't seem like the best option for him. OG Dragon, in the meanwhile, knows that that peek hole on the main wall, on the wall of Arsenal, excuse me, is going to be fatal for him if he pushes into the hallway right now. And he's trying to use that against the defenders, but he's not going to be able to, as shots are being fired all the way towards Moto. Actually, Captain Kush has dropped down Moto Hatch, and he's going to be looking to open the main wall, but he's not going to be able to, because Simplex is right there on the Bandit to stop him. He's going to be refragged by OG Dragon, who's looking to push Church now, but the Church main wall will not be open, which means Lancer can sit there. Also spectacular, but OG Dragon's going to get another front stop as Drizzle goes down. The ADS will catch one of Maestro's, one of his EMPs, excuse me, as AK Maharaj takes a lot of damage inside of blue right here. The Echo peeking is going to be the bane of his existence as he goes down to Raven. In the meanwhile, the push onto Church has happened, but so many bodies are being dropped by this Echo right here. Lancer with 2 kills from the Bearing 9 inside of sight is going to secure the round for Zotabers, putting them back in the lead. What a defensive round indeed. Zotabers finally pulling themselves out of the little rut they found themselves in for 2 rounds in a row. And definitely one of the changing factors, what made that round different from the other 2, was the fact that Ying was not in play. Mind you, her Candelas can be caught out in 2 ways by Jaeger's ADSs, which is that the Candela ball itself can be caught out, like destroyed, when thrown in. Or if Ying pushes it onto a barricade and lets the mini charges drop into sight like Fuse does, then the ADS will catch those individually. Now, of course, the second option is what Ying mains choose to do when faced with the Jaeger, whose ADS they have to burn out. because one Candela has what? 5 flashes.
I think it has 4, but yeah, I mean, well, both of us are speculating, I guess. I don't
4
know.
or 5. So
Yeah.
anywhere between 2 to 2.5 of Jaeger's utility can be taken out by one single Ying Candela. That is insane when you think about it. And that kind of play is, of course, something you expect to see from the highest levels of Siege. And unfortunately, I don't think we've seen something like that happen just yet, because any Ying plays we've seen today have had free leeway into sight, because everyone else is also packing flashbangs or some sort of projectile. So Ying doesn't even have to worry about how to tactically use her Candelas, at least.
So, something that I'm not seeing Zeus Sabers bring out on board is Wamai.
Ah, yes.
Because if you bring the Wamai to the board, the Ying Candela itself gets magnetized. It starts getting attracted towards the Wamai magnet, and while it is in that slow motion transition, you can just shoot out the Candela. I mean, if I was on Zeus Saber's side, I would definitely do that. I mean, Shining Heroes have gotten 3 rounds off board, all by the Ying and the play that Doctor brought to the table. Zeus Sabers have got to surely pick that up and not only just depend on that one possibility that the Ying gets taken out in this round as well. And really free estate being established here from the side of the attack, as they've already gained control over the top floor, and Lancer's gonna get dispatched. That is your only direct counter that you had to the Ying. That is a warden taken out of the board. Hibana is going to be the one to collect that kill. Doctor getting ready for the speak. He's going to ask for a little bit of these lifelines. Trying to take out any of those Ying charges. AK Maharaj being oh so careful with the peaks coming in from the metal stairs, and he's going to flash his own teammate for the moment. Easy Raven is going to drop OG Dragon, but Easy Raven is not stopping. He's going to drop the Ying as well. It all comes down to AK Maharaj and Captain Kush and Stoneheart. It's a 3 versus 4 now, as they make that a 3 versus 3. AK Mars is going to get 1 kill. There's so much happening. The plant is going down. It's a post-plant situation. AK Mars is going to get dropped, but that is a Zofia. He can pick himself back up. Stoneheart is trying to cover, but for how long? 2 versus 2 now. Simplex is going to get dropped. It's all down to Drizzle. He's in a 1 versus 2 essentially. He cannot go for the revive as well. There's no time left. But the creep pip is coming in from the garage. He's got to make this push happen. The reload is coming in from the Hibana, but he won't land his shots, and that is exactly why Shining Heroes are going to put the Sequelizer on board once again. And now we are looking at a 5-5 on Clubhouse. What a round.
Well, 5-5 on Clubhouse, as now both teams sit 1 round away from match point, 2 rounds away from victory, and there's only going to be 1 victor. Are we going to see overtime? Are we going to see a 7-5? Depends on how these next 2 rounds go. And Zeus Sabers, once again, they unfortunately lost the first attempt at CCTV, just like they had lost the first attempt at Jim. Church so far has been the only defensive side that Zeus Sabers have taken in their first try. And they're going to be looking to hopefully not make a repeat performance of Jim Bedroom, as we see Lancer go for the Warden once again. Now, Warden, we make jokes about him in the past, right? Because of his ability being ridiculously specific and situational. And I mean, that still stands. Warden is just as ridiculous as I'm making it sound, because his glasses are completely tied to whether or not flashbangs are being thrown in his general direction, while he can sit still behind cover and not be taken out instantly. So many factors have to go well for a Warden play that it's almost impossible to pull it off. Like, you'll hear pros joke about Warden all the time. You'll hear, I even heard casters in international games joke about exactly how useless Warden is, and that just speaks to the fact that Warden is, for that matter, a very situationally almost useless operator. I say almost because, you know, reserve some doubt, right? Reserve some benefit of the doubt, okay? Because okay.
All right, Blackjack. I'm gonna have to tell you this. You really led on to that joke really well. I mean, the reason it was comical is because you're like, he's very situational. You know, you just gotta use him well, but he's almost useless. All right, Blackjack. Okay, I'm gonna actually completely, in fact, agree with you on what you were saying. Yes, please.
So the thing is, why I say that is because I had the fortune. Oh, okay. Drizzle's gonna get a kill, interrupting me once again. AK Mars, that is a Zofia. A big kill is off the board. And what I was saying actually was that I had the unfortunate idea to main Warden while we were having the Road to 6 Invitational event, right? And I'm gonna tell you this off the bat. I did not get a single Warden play in the 3 months I played him. As OG Dragon's gonna take down Drizzle in the meanwhile. That is the Jaeger off the board, and plays inside of Garage are heating up. So I'll hold my point for the time being. Lancer's gonna be pushed any second now, and he's going to be looking to play this angle inside of Garage, but shots are being fired. That's the Ying with the LMG, but it pulls off his glasses, but no, there we go. The MPX not coming to a save, but Simplex is going to save the Warden for the time being as Doctor. That is the Ying has been taken off the board. That's a big kill, because of the fact that Shining Heroes have depended quite heavily on the Ying to make their rush plays happen. Stoneheart, he's going to be making plenty of noise on the barbed to try and bait a peek, and OG Dragon's actually going to take down Lancer, but Stoneheart is going to be down. The Thatcher's here for cover, along with the Thermite. Okay, everybody's here. It's all happening in Garage tonight, as Captain Kush will revive Stoneheart back up to 20 HP. The peek isn't going to happen for the time being. Simplex is waiting, but Stoneheart, oh no! He's going to team kill OG Dragon in a very unfortunate happenstance, excuse me. And now it's all down to the Heartbreach duo. That is Captain Kush on the Thermite and Stoneheart on the Hibana. Captain Kush is finally going to be able to open the main wall. Simplex not even going to go for the bandit trick because he knows that there's somebody inside of Catwalk. And Stoneheart is going to be holding down for the time being. And shots are fired in and out of Garage. The Catwalk peak, prone peak for that matter, is happening. But it's not going to work. Stoneheart's going to be taken out. It's now a 1v3. All down to Captain Kush. He's going to push side, but people know. The defenders know exactly where he's coming from. He knows there's someone in red, but he wasn't able to find the head. And the C4 will claim his life as Simplex cleans up for his team. What a pre-play C4. That is, of course, the default plant spot. As Zeus Sabers are now staring down the barrel. 6-5 match point for Shining Heroes.
Zeus Sabers is really necessary for...
Oh, no.
No, what happened?
Oh, no. I just realized 6-5. It's 6-5 for blue team. Blue team is Zeus Sabers.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, so one thing that I got to notice was, since I didn't want to step into the moment where you're casting, but I happened to notice the fact that when Drizzle was playing downstairs onto the lounge area, we saw him getting wall banged by the Thatcher from Garage. When I shifted the camera to Drizzle, for a very brief second, I heard a C4 beep in his background. I was like, wait a minute, the Jaeger doesn't have C4 yet. Where's that beep coming in from? And only to realize, obviously, I had all the more time since you were casting to, try and break down the game for myself. And I was like, all right, Simplex has already gone for a pre-play C4. And the moment it was a Thermite left in that 1 versus 3, I knew if he even walks up to servers, he's done and dusted. The round is already in the hands of Zeus Sabers just because they were also well prepared in that round. And really good play coming in from the defense there, as we are seeing an unfortunate disconnection coming in from the side of Shining Heroes. And it's such a dire moment where your team needs you at the maximum, but it's just some huge upsets coming in from so many players. In fact, my own team facing so many issues with the internet and the electricity and whatnot. Drizzle is going to be playing the Jaeger once again. He's been also phenomenal with his play so far. Jaeger with the carbine. I mean, if anybody asks me, has the 2-speed 2-armor really nerfed the Jaeger? Watching Drizzle play, I would say, no, maybe not. I mean, it's been amazing so far, and it's just good to watch that. But then again, obviously, it's just jokes apart. There's obviously a change and a shift in the playstyle that you've got to bring to how you're playing Jaeger. Maybe Drizzle is just adapted to that oh so quickly. We're seeing a 0 roam presence coming in from the side of Zeus Sabers, as we are seeing Shining Heroes getting this top of the hatch open, and they're going to successfully manage to do that as well. No challenges faced whatsoever. Simplex is going to be holding this really tight angle. That's all the way onto the hatches. He's got to hold down this hallway as well, all by his lonesome. That is the bandit. He's got the C4 in his hands as well. Could use this whenever he wants to. Not exactly sure where that Ying is coming in from. That is going to be Doctor. He is stationed in the meat room. That is going to be the freezer, as some people like to call it. As maybe as some vegans like to call it, I'm going to have to say. Anyways,
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
we'll be seeing Doctor still. Oh, okay. All right. Looks like that. Oh, that's
Bomb
sad.
located by attackers.
Blackjack, do you see that? It looks like Blackjack is in here, unfortunately. But we all saw that. We know what happened. That was really unfortunate that the breeds did not come out from them. But the Ying Candelas are going to be in place and they are going to flash everybody left, right, and center as the Ying Hesh push down on the side. And the Warden is going to be flash of all people. Doctor is going to find Nicorista. He's going to find Drizzle as well. That's a double kill for him, only to get shut down. And Thatcher trying to go for this plan. He's going to move away from his position. He knows that he's getting spotted out. Where is the rest of the two attackers? They're going to be all the way onto the side of the deep arsenal, and the other one's going to be on the top of the hatch. He's going to go for the drop. Drop does get hurt out. That is going to be the Habana. Easy Riam trying to keep things alive for his team. Meanwhile, Bandit is here. Wait and go for the speed, just as in the plan demands it to. Plan is going down. Thatcher's going to be punching in the digits. Raven's got to make this push happen, but Simplex is going to be the one to make that push, and that is it. Simplex with the finishing kill as well, and Legion with the perfect distraction. Zeusabers are going to win on round 12, and that is going to seal the deal as Zeusabers still stay on top of the Division 3 standings, and this team looks like they are oh so determined to get that promotion by the end of the season on towards Division 2. What a play coming in from Zeusabers. Simplex is going to be taking away the MVP, and just an amazing match that we got to witness. And with the two rehosts coming into place, those scores are obviously a little influenced by those rehosts. I would say quite a lot influenced, in fact. But anyways, what's happened has happened, and it's an amazing play that I got to cast today. Blackjack, have you joined me back?
I am, yes.
All right, what's
I am
up?
Back.
What's up, Blackjack?
I came back for the absolute tail end of that round, and I saw the win for Zeusabers. So, well done to them. They win 7-5 over Shining Heroes in the last match, the last stream match, that is,
Right.
of match day 5 of Division 3. And, well, with that being said, of course, the game between Gamer Syndicate and Almost Walkover is being conducted off stream as we speak. And tomorrow, we'll be seeing the results of everything that transpired today on the stream.
But that'll be it from me and Blackjack. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Make sure you get some sleep, because tomorrow we'll be back at 6 p.m. once again with more Siege action for you. That is it from the WD Black Day Esports Club League. Have a good one.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Ultragear gaming monitor.